which, for much of the year, that's what we've done. But, I thought just guys dug in at a really high level, and 1 through 9, however many guys went in the game today, everyone competed and contributed to the win.
Poku did not have a good start to the game. Seemed like, just a little slow, struggled to get out the gate. Was that rebound by him, just mentally even, or just as impressive, I guess, as the triple-double he put up and the way that he orchestrated?
Yeah, I think, he had flu-like symptoms, and Wiggins just went through this too. I think when you're coming back from that, that's not like you're normal. You know what I mean? So I thought he was shaking some of that off probably. And they pressured him. We were playing him at the point. So some of that was just the way we were using him, and they're climbing underneath him. And I didn't think he was quite ready for the level of pressure that they were going to bring to the table. But once he kind of calibrated that, he was obviously really good and had a really good second half, and did it all today. He was really, really good, especially even defensively. He's playing point guard on offense, but he's also guarding perimeter players that are going to be playing deep into the playoffs this year if we had to project. So, obviously a really good showing for him.
Pierce Lawson, OKCThunder.com. Going back to the competitiveness, you guys had 12 offensive rebounds. It seemed like the loose balls, the hustle plays, you guys were all over them. How much did that aspect of the game kind of stick with you throughout the night? Yeah,
I thought we just competed everywhere. We competed on D. We competed in that part of the game, as you mentioned, the hustle plays, and we competed in terms of cutting and moving. That's a really good, sound execution defense that if you're stagnant against them, you'll play against their help all night. And I thought our guys did a really good job of just kind of, taking what was available if you were denied, back cutting to loosen up their defense and to get the next guy open. And I thought, again, for 48 minutes, our guys were really, really high level of competitiveness and connection.
And then wanted to ask you about Olivier, 5 threes from him. He's been shooting those throughout the year, but seeing him knock those down tonight, was that more of a result of the way you guys are moving the ball tonight, or just kind of like the confidence that you're seeing from him?
Yeah, I mean, he's, good dating back to the blue, he's shot that and shot it with confidence, and we've encouraged him to do that from the jump, and he's obviously taken a fair amount. Obviously, he got more today, I think, with McGee and Biombo out there. Those guys are used to being paint protectors, and rightfully so. They're very good at it. And he got some pops in the game and spaced himself in a couple different situations that gave him some clean looks against them and then knocked them down.
Tony Sellers from the Associated Press. Poku, first half, you had some errant passes. I think he had 5 turnovers. Suddenly, you had him at the point. Would you say something to him at halftime about settling down his game?
No, at this point, he knows how to do that. He's this is something he's learning. I think it's important that these guys, as they develop their skills, they're also developing a style of play. And part of the things that we've talked to him about continuously since he's been here is having a very steady, reliable, predictable offensive game in terms of his decision making. And so when he goes out there and he's kind of kicking it around the way he did, we trust at this point that he kind of knows how to course correct, and he obviously did, but it was nothing we said. It was him.
Joe Masato, the Oklahoman. Mark, when, teams across the league are missing so many guys at this point in the season, like the Suns have already locked up their seed. You've talked a lot about the guys who are out there for you all are fighting for their NBA careers, basically. Like, how much does that mean this late in the season when you've just got a team that maybe is competing harder on any given night?
Repeat the last part of the question.
Just like Monty Williams said post-game that he didn't sense joy from his team tonight. Maybe, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but they've already locked up their spot. Maybe don't have a ton to play for, but the guys you have out there do have a lot to play for. How important is that this late in the season?
Well, that team in particular, I thought they had an uncharacteristic night tonight, obviously. They're much better than that, even with the guys they had out. And I think at the end of the day, there's 82 games, and everybody's going to have, bad nights. Everybody's going to have great nights. And they've done a nice job just watching them from afar of staying focused. I think they're on a mission, and I don't think tonight changes that at all. But as I've said before, we've got guys that are playing for their careers, and you can't underestimate that. This is their life. They've put a lot into this. A lot of these guys haven't gotten this opportunity up until this point in the season. And so now that they have it, they understand that it's not going to last forever, and they're taking advantage. I'm not putting words in their mouth, but this is what I'm seeing day in and day out. They're taking advantage of these opportunities, and rightfully so. And so I'm just excited that we've continued to, regardless of who's put the uniform on, compete together at a high level. and up to our standard, regardless of who's on the floor or who we're playing against. Thanks, guys.